Nobody saw it coming. That's how close friends described the sudden breakup between Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin, a couple once seen as the epitome of quiet Hollywood love. After 6 years of togetherness, shared homes, and whispers of an engagement, the news of their split has left fans stunned and searching for answers. Before we dive into the truth behind this shocking separation, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to HOLLYNEWS TV, and let us know in the comments what you think really happened between Dakota and Chris. Was it fame, family, or something far deeper? For years, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin seemed like the kind of Hollywood couple that quietly defied the odds. No drama, no scandals, just mutual respect and genuine affection. They were first linked in 2017 when paparazzi spotted them dining together in Los Angeles. What started as whispers quickly grew into a serious, long-term romance. Despite both of them being extremely private, small glimpses of their bond, like their shared vacations, secret concerts, and subtle mentions in interviews, painted a picture of stability in an industry known for chaos. But behind the calm exterior, insiders now reveal that the cracks had started to show months before the world noticed. Dakota, a rising powerhouse actress known for her roles in 50 Shades and The Lost Daughter, had an increasingly demanding career schedule. Chris, on the other hand, was preparing for Coldplay's massive world tour, a project that required months away from home. Long-distance love can be hard, even for the most grounded couple, and sources say that the emotional gap between them started to widen quietly, like a slow-moving storm. A close friend told People magazine they still loved each other, but their priorities began to drift apart. Dakota wanted stability, while Chris was chasing his next creative high. Fans began speculating when Dakota was noticeably absent from Coldplay's European tour last summer. Usually, she'd be there, watching from the side of the stage, cheering him on. But this time, she was nowhere to be seen. At the same time, Chris skipped several red carpet events where Dakota was expected to bring him as her plus one. Their once synchronized schedules now seemed completely out of tune. And then came the moment that broke the internet, when paparazzi caught Chris Martin having dinner in Malibu with friends, but no Dakota in sight. Tabloids exploded with rumors of a quiet split, though both stars remained completely silent. Fans flooded social media, asking, are they still together? And what happened to Dakota and Chris? But here's where things get even more intriguing. Multiple insiders claim that the breakup wasn't explosive, it was emotional. There were no screaming fights or betrayals. Instead, it was described as a slow realization that they were heading in different directions. Dakota, now 35, reportedly wanted to settle down, maybe even start a family. Chris, 48, still lives for the adrenaline of global tours, late-night jam sessions, and the unpredictability of a rock star's life. Their love, once fueled by mutual admiration, began to feel like two different lives colliding. Fans remember the times Chris dedicated songs to Dakota during his concerts, subtly saying her name in lyrics or sharing knowing glances from the stage. Those gestures made fans believe they were unbreakable. But sometimes, even love that feels perfect from the outside can crumble in silence. According to reports, Dakota was the one who made the final call. She reportedly told close friends that it was one of the hardest decisions she's ever made, but she felt it was time to let go. She didn't want resentment to grow, a source explained. They will always have love for each other, but it was time to move forward separately. The internet reacted instantly. Fans flooded timelines with heartbreak emojis and nostalgic tributes. Some blamed fame, others blamed distance. But one thing everyone agreed on: their relationship was one of Hollywood's rare real ones. There was no PR stunt, no attention grab. Just two people trying to make love work in a world that rarely lets it. Here's the twist few people know. Sources close to the couple claim that the breakup might not be permanent. Insiders say Chris and Dakota are still on good terms, even maintaining occasional contact. One friend shared, "They've broken up before and found their way back." This could be just another chapter in their story. Could this mean there's still hope for a reunion? Fans certainly think so, but in the days following their reported split, both Dakota and Chris have chosen silence over statements. Dakota was spotted in Malibu with close friends, appearing calm and composed, while Chris was photographed biking near his home, still wearing the same necklace she gave him years ago. It's those small details that have fans wondering if there's unfinished business between them. Behind the scenes, friends say Dakota is focusing on her upcoming projects, new films, creative partnerships, and spending time with family. Chris, meanwhile, is reportedly channeling his emotions into new music. If Coldplay's next album feels more emotional than usual, fans already know why. And here's a little insider whisper. During a private concert in London last month, Chris performed an unreleased song rumored to be about Dakota. The lyrics, filled with longing and reflection, made the crowd wonder if he's really ready to move on. In the end, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin's breakup reminds us that even in the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, love isn't immune to real-world struggles. Timing, distance, and life goals can test even the strongest bonds. What they shared was real, deep, and beautifully human, proof that love doesn't always have to last forever to be meaningful. So what do you think? Is this truly the end for Dakota and Chris, or just a pause before fate brings them back together? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to HOLLYNEWS TV for more exclusive Hollywood stories, emotional celebrity breakups, and the latest updates from the world of fame and heartbreak. Because in Hollywood, love stories don't always end. They evolve. And sometimes, the most beautiful ones are the hardest to let go of. In the weeks following the announcement, the entertainment world has been buzzing with speculation about what truly caused Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin to part ways after so many years together. While some reports suggest it was simply the natural drift that happens when two people grow in different directions, others claim that deeper emotional currents were at play, things the public never saw. Friends close to the pair insist that there was never any bad blood between them, but rather a quiet sadness that came from realizing that love alone wasn't enough to hold their lives together. One insider shared, they adored each other, but they were in different seasons of life. Dakota was ready to slow down. Chris was still chasing the world. That simple difference of pace, of purpose, became the wedge that neither of them could ignore. Dakota had been spending more time behind the camera, exploring directing and producing. Her passion for storytelling had taken a new turn, one that required focus and stability. She often said in interviews that she loved being home, cooking, and spending quiet nights surrounded by people she loved. Chris, meanwhile, thrived in chaos, in the energy of thousands of fans, in the rush of creating something new every night. While Dakota found peace in stillness, Chris found it in motion. For a long time, they made it work. They met in the middle, balancing moments of togetherness with the demands of their careers. But over time, those moments became harder to find. As Coldplay's tour dates filled up, Dakota's film commitments increased, and suddenly, months would go by without them being in the same city. What used to feel exciting began to feel lonely, a source close to the couple said. It wasn't one fight or one big argument. It was just distance. Emotional distance. They kept trying to fix it, but it started to feel forced. That quiet kind of heartbreak, the one that doesn't explode but slowly fades, is often the hardest to heal from. Despite the split, Both have spoken about love in ways that show there's still a deep respect between them. Chris has always been open about his belief in second chances and forgiveness, while Dakota has expressed admiration for Chris's creativity and kindness. It's clear that what they shared left a permanent mark. In fact, sources say that Dakota still keeps in touch with Chris's children, Apple and Moses, from his marriage to Gwyneth Paltrow. She was known to have a warm relationship with them and was even spotted attending family gatherings. The breakup reportedly didn't end those bonds immediately, showing just how close their lives had become. Gwyneth herself has always supported their relationship, even referring to Dakota as a wonderful person. Fans have noticed that despite the separation, neither Dakota nor Chris has removed photos or mementos connected to one another. When Dakota was seen recently leaving a yoga class, she was still wearing a simple silver ring, one that fans believe was a gift from Chris. Meanwhile, during a recent performance, Chris sang "Fix You" with tears in his eyes, leading many to wonder if he was thinking of her. Hollywood insiders say that both are taking the breakup in stride, focusing on growth rather than grief. Dakota is currently filming a new psychological thriller that has already generated Oscar buzz, while Chris is rumored to be producing new music inspired by love and loss. The emotional tone of his upcoming songs is said to be more introspective, touching on themes of distance, self-discovery, and the bittersweet nature of goodbye. There's also been talk of how both of them are handling the media attention differently. Dakota has always preferred silence to speculation. She doesn't respond to rumors, doesn't feed gossip, and has rarely spoken about her relationship in interviews. Chris, on the other hand, has always used music as his voice, expressing everything he can't say in words through melodies and lyrics. That difference in how they communicate with the world may have made things harder over time, but despite the sadness surrounding their split, fans can't help but notice the maturity and grace with which both have handled it. In a time when celebrity breakups often turn into messy headlines, Dakota and Chris have chosen to keep things private, respectful, and grounded. That alone speaks volumes about the kind of love they shared, one built on understanding rather than performance. Still, the question remains, is this really the end? Some close friends remain hopeful. They have too much history, too much connection to just walk away forever, one insider said. Sometimes people need time apart to find their way back. Don't be surprised if you see them together again someday. Those words have reignited a flicker of hope among fans who refuse to believe this is the final chapter. Social media has been flooded with edits, montages, and tributes celebrating the love story that once felt too real to be just another Hollywood fling. Many are calling Dakota and Chris the symbol of what modern love really looks like: beautiful, flawed, and deeply human. In the end, whether they reunite or not, one thing remains certain: their story has touched millions. It reminded people that even the most famous hearts can break quietly, that even in fame and fortune, what people seek is the same: understanding, comfort, and someone who feels like home. Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin may no longer walk the red carpet hand in hand, but their story lingers in memories, in music, and in the quiet corners of fans' hearts. Their love may have changed form, but its essence remains: a story of two souls who found each other, grew together, and parted with love still intact. And maybe, just maybe, that's what real love looks like. Not forever, but real while it lasted. So, what do you think? Could time heal what distance broke? Or is this the end of a Hollywood love story we'll never see again? Share your thoughts below. And stay tuned to HOLLYNEWS TV for the latest updates on Dakota Johnson, Chris Martin, and all the stories that keep Hollywood's heart beating.